Hi, I'm Bob Smith with Owens Products in Sturgis, Michigan, and today we're going to install a set of Premier grip boards on a Chevy pickup truck. It's an easy install, only requires just minimal hand tools, and we'll go through those tools and everything you're going to receive to install your boards. We are going to need a 1/2-inch socket with just a 3/8 ratchet, just a standard 1/2-inch wrench, a cordless drill, and a 3/8 nut driver. The other stuff that you will receive with your running board will be the brackets necessary and the hardware necessary to install your board, and obviously the running board for the vehicle. Okay, our first step is to measure the placement of our brackets, and we'll just do that measuring from the front wheel at the edge of the fender well rearward, and we'll mark our locations as marked in the instructions at 17, 41, 53, and 70 inches. And in this particular install, there are factory holes, so it'll make it a lot easier. There'll be no drilling, but we'll mark those out anyway so we know where they're at. .41, 53 inches, and the last one at 70 inches. Okay, for our second step, at our marked bracket locations, on the rear side of the body panel, up underneath, where there's factory holes, right here, you can see the holes. Now, some of these will have a plastic plug that you will have to remove to make this clip nut work. This particular vehicle already has them removed or didn't come with them, so we're good to go. And this clip nut that we have just slides in that hole, and slides into the second spot and locks right in. And that's what will attach your bracket to. Okay, and for our next step, we'll actually be attaching the brackets. I've went ahead and laid out all the hardware and the brackets for each location that we'll need, which is just one bracket, 2 of the 5/16 bolts, and 1 nut. We'll just set the bracket right up into place, attach it with 1 of the 5/16 bolts into the clip nut that we put in earlier, 1 bolt and nut through the pinch weld in the bracket. Tighten that up. And we can go ahead and tighten those right now. Tighten that up. And we'll just repeat that same process for the next 3 brackets. Now the next step will be to attach the flat bracket to the bracket that we just installed. And again, I've went ahead and laid out all the brackets and the hardware necessary at each location. Now this will just place up against the bracket, take 1 of the 5/16 bolts and nuts, and attach it into the first slot, and another one in the rear slot, and now this we just want to snug up a little bit. We don't want to tighten yet because we'll use that for adjustment when we get our board on it, and then we'll just repeat the same process as we did before for the next 3 brackets. Okay, the next step we're going to do is we're going to actually attach the board to the brackets, and we'll set the board up underneath the vehicle on top of the brackets. And if you've got somebody to give you a hand to hold the board while you snug up the brackets, it makes it a lot simpler and a lot easier. We'll just kind of put it up underneath the vehicle, kind of line it up there, and we'll take a couple of our brackets, bring them out so they're all the way underneath the metal. And we'll just snug up one of the brackets here in the front. And we'll take the one at the rear and we'll do the same thing. We'll tighten it enough to snug it. We'll check to make sure that it's in the correct placement under the vehicle, front to back, and also that it's level. And we can actually adjust this up just a little bit. Snug it up against the vehicle and tighten it. And at this time, we can adjust all the other brackets to fit the steel plate that's underneath. And we'll tighten those up at all 4 locations. And for our final step of attaching the board, just take the self-drilling screws, your drill, and up underneath the board where the slots are in the brackets, just simply drill through that oval slot and into the steel plate that's attached to the bottom of the board. They will drill their own hole, tighten them down, and just attach 2 screws per bracket for the remaining 3 brackets. And that's as simple as it is to install a set of Owens Products running boards.